Well, here we are in a very sunny, although it's not sunny anymore, it was sunny earlier on today, Dallas, because it was, apparently we're going to be breaking records today. I don't know if we did. I know it got in the 80s today. I'm making all you chaps in the other states around the country a little jealous, I know, but we were supposed to get to like 86 or 87 degrees by DFW, which is going to be a new record since, I think it was 1933 or something, but I don't think we hit it after all that. Anyway, it was lovely and warm. It was a lovely day. Did you have a lovely day as well in the wet, sunning yourself out in your bikini, Shelly?
Well, no bikinis here, but we were at 84 degrees.
Oh, 84. Wow. So you got a little warmer than we did. But, yes, I mean, it's incredibly warm today. I'm like thinking,
nice.
Good Lord, was there even a winter this year?
No, well, we only have summer in Texas, and then we have January and February.
Right.
And December, we don't really have winter. Hardly.
But, I mean, it can be brutal. I mean, if we do have some pretty brutal winters. I mean, I've been here 20 years, and we've had some brutal ones.
Yes, off and on.
Off and on. But not this year.
No.
So I'm telling you, all you chaps up there in the Northeast that's been having all this snow, come on down. We've got plenty of room for you. Get
to Texas as fast as you can.
Yes.
Yeah.
And you only need 2 customers down here, so it makes it even easier.
Yeah.
So, all righty. Well, so how was your day today? Did you, were things good? Did life get in the way? What happened today?
Life did get in the way a little bit today. It started around noon. I got a text from my grandson's little school that he goes to. He's 3.5. And he goes to a Christian school, and he was sick. He said his throat was hurting, and so he was running a bit of a fever. So I went and picked him up and took him by the doctor, and he has strep. So we had to get some stuff and come home, and, of course, I had to sit and hold until Mommy got home. So,
of course.
But I did get...
Well, and I'm sure let me tell you, I'm sure you hated that.
Yeah, it was just awful.
I don't think so. Yeah, awful. Yeah. Being able to sit and cuddle your grandson all day, terrible. I would hate that. That'd be awful.
I know.
I don't think.
I know, and he's so cute.
Oh, I'm sure he is.
But anyway, I did manage to get 2 appointments one for tomorrow and one for next week.
Okay, so tell me all about that. Well, first of all, well done, because sometimes when you have a day like that, you think, oh well, I can't make my calls today, and I think this more than anything else, and perhaps you can kind of share your thoughts on this, but that more than anything else re-emphasizes or reinforces to me how important a system like a purge call type week, again, we're talking 30 to 60 minutes a day, but it's a structure in place in your calendar. So when life throws those things at you that you have to be accountable for, like bless his little cotton socks, your grandson, that you still get it done. What are your thoughts on that? Because obviously I'm biased. What do you think?
I think it's great, because I had that call. I thought, you know what, it's not going to take me very long, and in fact, it took me less than 30 minutes to get both of them in. So not a hard stretch. I mean, it's super easy. I mean, actually.
Yeah, and that is truly it. Sometimes when I get up on stage and I'm doing my training and I'm ranting and raving up there and I'm saying, guys, just get some structure. I'm telling you, it's a silver bullet over and above anything and everything else you hear in these trainings, not because it's me saying it, not because it's great training, but just because it is. You have success in school, you have success in your job because you just show up. Yeah. I mean, and that's the same thing with this. We'll learn all those skills, the presentation and the training and overcoming concerns and all this type of thing. But if you just show up and do what you need to do like you did today and not allow things to get in the way just because you put in your calendar, then you will have success. So anyway, that being said, I'm off my soapbox. So so tell me what happened. Who were the appointments with? And what type of approach did you take, and what happened?
The first was with a lady that I used to be in a networking group with. Her name is Ruby. I thought about her, and I called her. She lives in Big Spring, actually. And so I called her to see what she was up to and just see, how everything was going with her. And she does advertising products. And so I asked if she comes over to, she's quite older, so I asked her if she'd come over to Midland or Odessa, at all anymore, and she said yes. And so I said, well, I would really love to do some networking with you and see if there's any way, you could refer me to anybody that you know.
Mm-hmm.
And so is there any way we can meet? And she said, yes, I'm coming to Midland next week, and I would love that. And so Tuesday we're having lunch. And
cool.
And so that's awesome for her. And plus she gave me a deal for tomorrow. I'm going to a networking group in Midland in the morning at 10.
Okay, good. So you got an appointment and a little bit of a referral there. And that's interesting because we need to cover that slightly because your invite was a little different than what we usually do with the 5 guidelines because that was a little bit more of a business appointment. You know each other through networking. Sometimes, we do our invitations like we're making an appointment with someone. She's used to doing one-on-ones. You're used to doing one-on-ones because you're both members of networking groups. And so it's very normal for you to say, let's get together, let's help each other, let's see what we can do.
And that was part of our routine when we used to be in BNI. That's part of your routine is you do one-on-ones. You get together and do a little bit of networking like that and kind of, get to know each other and do that kind of stuff. And also, tell them what you're looking for and see what they're looking for and see how you can help each other. And so I knew that would be a good approach with her because that's what she's used to doing. It's what we're used to doing. So for those of you who are listening in on the call, sometimes there's an appropriate situation where you're just making an appointment with someone. I know with Dana Hetter, he was an alumni probably from, 3, 4, 5 even alumni before. He had a couple of situations where, one, he was meeting with an attorney, and it was very explicit that this is not, something that he's looking for advice and something that's chargeable, but it was business, and there was synergy in the businesses that they were talking about, and he wanted to make an appointment. And that's a little bit different than somebody, when you're approaching with, being in a hurry, using your why, having salting the oats with a hook and then a takeaway and then all that stuff that we do. Sometimes you don't need that. And in these situations, like with a business-to-business scenario, like sometimes you may want to make an appointment with a real estate agent and because you have synergy in business. That can be more of an appointment type scenario. And when you have networking, I did networking when I first got started because I didn't know anybody around here because obviously, all my family are in England. And we did the same thing, one-on-ones, it was a great start. Got lots of customers. Didn't get so many consultants from it, but I got a lot of customers from doing networking meetings. And arranging one-on-ones is perfectly normal. I'm glad you brought that up because it's a little different. But I would suggest those folks who are out there, especially if you're pretty new in the business and you think to yourself, well, I don't know many people. Well, this is a great way to get to meet people. I'm sure you would say the same thing, right, Shelly? Yes. Yeah,
and there are some that you pay for.
It does throw you in with a lot of networking groups are really great because it does throw you in with a lot of different businesses.
Oh, yeah.
I mean, because the ones we have here, BNI, you can only have one person from each type of business. So from each line, say you have a realtor and a banker and a mortgage broker, and you have this and you have that. You can only have one of each. Right. And then they separate you into what we call power groups. And so you have people that are in your sphere. So I would be in a power group with electricity. I would be in with a realtor, with a banker, with maybe somebody that does construction, mortgage, stuff like that. So they have power groups, so they help you even more. So it's
that's a great idea. Really cool. We didn't do that. That was really good, a really good idea. But what's interesting, and I think you talked about it earlier on, but it might have glossed over people a little bit, was the priority is not about you going in there and pitching your products. It's about what you can do for each other, and they will get to learn about your products by default. But if you go in there to try and pitch them as your customers, you are not going to be very welcome. You're not going to have any leads passed your way, and you're probably going to get kicked out.
No, it's actually the byline of it is giver's gain. You know, as long as you're giving to the group, then you're going to gain a lot. I mean,
and you need to be patient, right? Sometimes you need to go, I mean, you know, when I went, there was. Yeah, exactly. I would go, and sometimes week after week, I'd say, hey, I'm from Ambit. I can save you money on electricity bill. But then I'd talk about other things. You know, I'd talk about, you know, I have a music industry, and I'd talk about that, and I'd just, you know, just have a little bit of a laugh and a joke. And so people thought, okay, well, the bald English guy, I'd like to have a one-on-one with him, and that's where your opportunity is for him, for them to show you and you to show them, and if there's anything there, then great. But just keep because sometimes people go for 2 weeks and they go, oh well, I went around the room, couldn't say anything, so I'm not going there again. I'm like, you completely missed the point.
Yes.
So yeah, well,
because it takes a little bit. You go through a period of getting to know. You know, they get to know you. Mm-hmm. It's been a while since I've been in there, so I can't remember what they call it. But you go through a period of where you're just there to help them. Right. And kind of see whatever, you know, but you're gaining their trust, in other words. I mean, you know, because you're showing up and you're helping and you're doing that kind of thing, and then eventually, you know, they start really, I mean, they really pass a lot of referrals. I mean,
yeah, and it's totally true. I mean, if you think about it from back in our day with dating, back not so much nowadays, it's like a little quicker and wham, bam, thank you, ma'am. But back in our day, if I was going to take you out, Shelly, I mean, it wouldn't be, I'd take you out, you know, we'd go for a coffee probably during the day and this type of thing. And then we'd maybe go for dinner if we liked each other. And then, you know, I'd get to meet the parents, maybe help dad around the house. And, you know, it's kind of, you just take your time. Because if you go for closing the deal, it's just awkward, it's weird, and it's unpleasant, and you know, all right. Well, I think we labeled that a little bit, but they're a great source for finding new names. I'm a great believer in them myself. I know a lot of people do them. There's plenty of room for everybody out there. So guys, if you're looking to get to know people, join the networking groups in your local area. There are some that you pay for and some that you don't. You know, so just have a look around and choose what you like. But you got two advocates for networking groups here.
A great source for that is called meetup.com.
Right.
And you can actually find some people on there that have groups. And so that's a good place to start.
Right. So that's meetups.com, meetups.com.
Meetup.com.
So yeah, I still get all my emails from that as well, and they're constantly, there's a new group opening up here, new group opening up there. It's a great resource. Thanks for sharing that. I appreciate that.
Sure.
Okay, so tell me, so that's Ruby. Let's talk about your second appointment, because you've had
the second one. Her name is Michelle. She is a real estate agent. I met her a few years back when I was doing beauty control. She actually worked under the other realtor that I was talking about, and Michelle has not seen the business or anything, and I had lost her number, so I got on Facebook and I messaged her and I said, could you call me? You know, and so she called me and I said, you know, I've just lost touch with everybody. I'm in a new business now, and I would really like to get together, you know, so I could share that with you. I said it's not about a product or anything like that, so I would just like to really just share that with you and let you know what I'm doing in my life now. It's really successful for me.
Okay,
and
great.
So
and
then
sure. What did you do about? Okay. And what did you do about setting up the time? Were you really intentional about the time?
Yes, we're meeting tomorrow morning.
Okay. All right. So in this case, again, it was obviously you and Michelle knew each other pretty well. Yes. And rule number 6, which is to be yourself, kind of trumps some of the other guidelines that we had. You used to be in business together, so you knew she was open to network marketing. You kind of reconnected and you said, you know, listen, I'd love to get together. You didn't do a takeaway at all, which I probably would have done. I still would have said, listen, you know, I'd love to show you what I'm doing. It may be something you'd like to do with me. It may not, and that's perfectly fine. I probably would have had a little takeaway in there, but that's perfectly fine. I mean, you were 98% there. I would have just done that for a little extra 2%. But other than that, I think you did great. I mean, at the end of the day, you got the appointment, so how can I criticize?
Yeah, she's very, very, very sweet. I mean, I knew she would meet me. I mean, I really didn't have a doubt that, you know, she would. I mean, you know, we just, I used to sell beauty control to her and all the women in their office and stuff, and so I did some other stuff with them too. And so, I mean, I just really figured she would meet me. I really didn't really expect her to say no.
Right.
At all.
No, I get it. I get it completely. Now, neither of these girls are on your original 10 that you pulled down, which I think, again, is something to learn, guys, if you're listening in, because Shelly's left a few voicemails for a few people that haven't picked up. And so, yeah, just go to the next people on your list. Don't think, oh, well, I've got my 10. I can't pick any more down. Richard says it's my 10. Now, just go to your list.
I just moved on down.
Another couple. Yeah. Yeah, and that's
it.
So,
I'm probably six down deep past my 10.
Yeah.
So.
Well, there you go. Well, and the good thing is, good for you for having 6 past your 10. A lot of people will be getting to Saturday and thinking, getting to Sunday and thinking, oh, goodness me, I need to find 10 names. No, have a written list of it. I was sitting with I think I mentioned this the other day, with my new consultant, and we sat together and we did 50 names together. You know, again, it's something I do what I suggest you guys do. Again, it's not I'm someone who gets in the trenches with everybody, and I do it too. And you know, I just brought on a new consultant last week. Super nice guy, and we sat down together. I went through just a few things, getting him plugged into the system, making sure he was on the Facebook page so he knew where everything was. Made sure I got him set up for a business presentation, and then we just sat down and he said, "Well, I don't really know that many people." He got to about 15. Then I pulled up the memory jogger from the Power Zone, which you find in the Ambit U area. And I just went through and I said, well, who was the best man at your wedding? Who do you know drives a BMW? Who do you know who's an airline pilot? And we just went through and boom, it was easy. We just banged out 50 names. He now took that list home and he's scoring it using the Erica system, which brings all the good names to the top. He's got a few people he's going to call first, you know, the sympathetic ones, or the ones you at least think are going to be sympathetic, you know, family and friends and this type of thing. And you know, he'll get a little bit of a comeuppance when some of them tell him not only no but hell no. But he's got it's a good start. 50 people scored with the Erica system. He's going to add more names to it. So that's what we do, guys. You know, I mean, if you're sometimes listening to these calls and thinking, you know, this, that, and the other, but at the end of the day, it's a written list. Score it using the Erica system. Pull down your first on Sunday. Prepare your list. Prepare your week for an hour with your upline. But we pull down the top 10 names, create the invites like Shelly and I did on Sunday, and then just do 2 invites a day. And that's 2 invites, not 2 calls, because sometimes you'll do 2 calls and it's just voicemails. And Shelly was a very good girl and kept moving on and got the 2 calls done that turned into, you know, as near to invites as we could get. And then the accountability call, which we're doing now at 10 o'clock at night. Because it needs to be done. Shelly, I think you got these calls done today because you knew you were going to call me today, right?
Yes.
You know,
I mean, you were bless your say, little okay, where's your people?
Right, and that's exactly it. And you know, as I say, bless your little cotton socks. You know, I'm not scary and stuff, but we are. You know, I am your accountability partner. Yes. Plus, there's going to be 100 people listening to this call, so you know, you're not only letting me down, you're letting all them down. Well, no pressure.
No, not at all.
But isn't it great that it gets the calls done, like we were talking earlier on? So, you know, so it's just a simple system. Guys, you know, if you are the accountability partner, make sure you sit and help. Make sure you sit and, you know, guide and coach through, like on calls like this. Now, these calls are a little longer than they need to be, but that's just because we've got coaching opportunities, and I want to make sure you guys get good value from what we're doing. But, you know, as I've sat down with my guy and helped him put a list together, you know, I help him put the invites together.
It's really good. Like, I have 100 probably... counting right here, I have 148 names.
Awesome.
Okay, but I've probably taken off at least 50 to 75 that I have on the drip list already. Oh yeah.
Oh right.
And then I've put some back on here that I've called before, because it's been a while, and so I want to you know, check back in with them, but yeah, you'll cycle them back through. But also, I added 3, 4, 5, 6. I added 7 names this week by people just popping up that I didn't think about.
And that's exactly it. I mean, I've been in the business for 7 years, and I'm constantly thinking of new names, meeting new people. The list is truly organic. Very few people ever come off that list. The worst that happens is I purge it, and we put a drip list for 3 months or 6 months, but I'm adding to that list literally all the time. And I'm doing, as I say, exactly what you guys are doing. So, okay, well, some great training there, and a good day. 2 appointments. Who's a good girl? You got 2 stars the other day. I better give you 3 today.
All right. I'm racking them stars up.
Yes, you are. You're truly teacher's pet right now.
It's awesome. I was, for something that I really was, I almost backed out. I mean, I kept thinking, oh my God, I'm not going to be able to do this. This is crazy. What was I thinking? I mean, I really was. The longer it went, the closer it got, the more I thought, oh, I'm going to have to just, I can't do it.
Yeah.
But it's been very good. I would recommend this to anyone. I mean, I totally love it. I mean, and I've already started it. You would be so proud of me. This morning, I told one of my guy that's right under me, that's a runner. I have him, and I told him, I said, we're going to start you, and we're going to start 2 of your new ones on the purge. We're going to start it.
Awesome.
And so he's like, okay. And so we've actually got a BP that's going to happen for some of them on Monday night. We're doing a thing with them, too. That's another thing I have going on. And so I scheduled that today. And so we're going to have that going for Monday night. And so I'm going to start them on, doing the right way. And I'm going to take some sheets that I got off of your site, and we're going to start making some invites, and we're going to show them how to do it.
And isn't it great to know? Right, and isn't it great to know that, let's say, like in my team, I have 5 people I work very closely with. I work closely with a number of different people, but let's say just those 5, and we get together on Sunday. We get the 10 names, we prepare the invites. I know that in my team, I have 5 people making 2 invites a day, Monday through Friday.
Yes.
That's 50 people are getting invited to look at the business in my team. How good does that feel?
That's awesome. I mean,
that's exactly the same for
too.
you. But that's exactly what you're doing. You're obviously you're on the receiving end right now, being on the accountability call. But you're going to be in my position with your team, and obviously practicing what we preach, and you'll have you've got this new guy, and you'll have a couple of others, and then you'll have 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10 people all doing the purge call, and you'll be guiding other people to do it with their team, and then guiding them to do it with their team, down each level, and 3 getting 3, getting 3, getting 3. You know how it works, and you're building a business, but everybody's just plugging in and getting their accountability partner, doing their 10 calls a week, 2 calls a day, 1 accountability call, and everybody will get to EC if they do that.
Quickly, yes.
Yep. Some quicker than others.
Me. I told him, I said, I only have 2 people in my senior code, and they're not working.
Right.
And so I'm just trying to, I'm not trying to just take anybody and everybody. I want people that want it. I mean, like you're saying, I don't care if, just a hot body or whatever. I mean, that's what I've got in some of my other codes, and they just turn their stuff off and they don't do anything. And so I don't want that. I want people that really want to work and want to do it, want to do it right. So
absolutely, no question.
I think this will lead there.
Yeah, no question. I mean, it's if you do this, you will find 3 people who are like you. And if that's all you do, and they get themselves a handful of customers, and then that's perfect, because that's what they'll do. And then that's what they'll do. What will happen more than likely is you'll get more than 3. You'll get 5, 10, 15, 20, or whatever. But if all you ever do is use this to get your 3 who get a couple of customers each, and they do the same, and they do the same because you did it right, they will do it right, then you will get to the 7th level where the $11,000 a month sits.
Yes.
Even if they just only sign themselves up as a customer and don't even get their $100 bonus, that's still $5,500.
Yes.
A month residually. So, yeah, that's what I'm saying. And I keep repeating myself, and I hear myself sometimes thinking, oh my God, they must be thinking I'm an old playing record. But I believe it in my heart of hearts.
Yes.
I mean, I truly do. I'm sitting there with Frank Schmaling, with the national consultant Frank Schmaling yesterday, and he's like saying, Richard, this structure you're creating is just what this company needs. He's an $8 million earner, talking to me, a lowly EC, saying, Richard, that structure you're doing for all of the training I do, that's it. That's it. Mm-hmm. So kind of a nice little commendation there.
Because the other system is great and it works good, and it is our system, and this is part of that. It doesn't replace it,
That's all.
And that's what I was telling somebody the other day. I said, this is above and beyond. This is how you work that system into your deal. This helps you approach someone with that system, and I said, and this is going to help you get, like you're saying, the consistency, the persistency every day, 30 minutes a day. You're not too busy. You have the time. And the last couple of days have been it for me. I've had a rough couple of days. So for calling. But it's been perfect. So you have time to do too. Everybody has time to do too. Come on.
Yeah. Look at your day with your grandson today.
Yeah.
You still got your 2 calls done.
Yeah.
And you're talking about the system. The system is written list, invitation, presentation, validation.
Yes.
What the purge call does is the first part of that, the written list, and gets them invited. So it's absolutely 100% the system. It's nothing different.
What
it's doing is taking it. Exactly. It's getting the people into the system and creating structure, and it's taking that platitude, persistent and consistent effort over time. You hear all the time, and it defines what persistent and consistent effort over time you need to be doing. And
I think it takes the guesswork out of what I'm going to say and how I'm going to approach them, and what's going to be said. I can almost tell you verbatim what they're going to say.
Yep.
Because of what I'm going to say.
And the thing is
because
as well,
bearing
in mind, we need this to be duplicatable. How can it be duplicatable if you're relying on people's skill or talent? It can't be.
Right.
You have to make it so that it's a no-brainer, so that even if a super shy librarian, no offense to librarians, I love librarians, but someone who's a little shy, all the way to those high-end salespeople who talk too much, no matter where they are, they can all do the same thing because it's following the same thing and duplicating and duplicating. So yeah, I couldn't agree more.
It's perfect.
All righty. Well, it's late. It's past my bedtime. I'm in my pajamas with my little teddy bear sitting here.
Me too.
Steve, his name is, by the way. If you're wondering, my teddy bear's called Steve. Yeah.
All right.
All right, well, fantastic day. Good for you. Two appointments are fantastic. I know Manny and Rosella will be so proud of you. I know they listen to these calls. So, hey, guys, how are you doing, Manny? How are you doing, Rosella?
Manny does. He usually texts me in the morning. Yes.
Oh, he does? Great. Well, he'll be very proud of what you did today. Well done, lovely. 3 stars. Very good girl. Front of the class. You need to bring an apple for teacher tomorrow.
All right. Awesome.
Then you'll truly be teacher's pet. But all right, lovely. Have a super night. Thank you very much for getting on the call so late again, and I'll speak to you again tomorrow. I've got a 3-way at 11 p.m. tomorrow night, but other than that, I don't have much else going on.
Oh, goodness.
That's a Japan thing, so
right.
That's why it's so late.
Awesome.
Yeah.
So you've got a Japan thing already going?
I have actually. I actually have a few, but it's like Chris was saying. They're all preliminary conversations. I'm not out there, running around because we're kind of shooting that bolt too soon. So I'm just creating the interest and saying, hey, I keep it on a high level. I talk about our business moving into Japan, and so I'm interested in learning Japanese culture and Japanese business, and I'd love to talk to you about that. And when we talk on a fairly general scale, sometimes it gets a little bit into some more detail. But yeah, no, I've actually got quite a lot of stuff going on there. But again, it's all surface level stuff. So, you know, who knows whether it'll germinate or not? But hey, you got to go for it, right?
Right.
So tomorrow night. Yeah, tomorrow night, text me when you're available and stuff, and we'll get this the last account. I'm going to miss you.
I know.
Tomorrow. What are we going to do?
I don't know. I'm going to have to be listening in more.
Yes, you will. Now you have to get on those purge calls every Sunday. But
yes,
all right, my lovely, I'll let you go.
I should shoot you a little note on Facebook. Hey.
Hey, what's up? What's up?
Yeah.
How y'all doing? Well, Steve,
so how are you with your cup of tea?
With my cup of tea? Well, I'm sitting there and Steve's nagging me. He's saying, "Oi, bedtime." That's
bedtime.
Yeah, it's a little worrying when my bear's talking to me and I'm answering him back. But I'll talk to you tomorrow night, guys. Tomorrow night. Thank you very much, and have a super day. Let's see if we can have another great day tomorrow.
Yes, sir.
All right, lovely.
Okay. Talk to you later. Bye.
Bye.